You're a spiritual being having a physical experience. If you're new here, I'm Michael. I help you master your energy so you can up spiral your life. If you're into that, follow me and click the link in my bio. And as a spiritual being, you have a broad spectrum of needs that can only be met at the level of spirit. But you've been conditioned by modern culture to believe that all your relational needs must be met by flesh and blood humans. And that's a mistake, because your needs for relational intimacy include not just people, but relationships with the spirits, the angels, the guides, the ancestors. Your need for spiritual contact is real and it is large. And yet you've been taught to keep reaching for other people, friends, partners, parents, children, hoping that they'll be enough. But they won't be, not because they're failing you, but because the shoes you're asking them to fill are too big. So your human relationships fall short again and again. And here's the solution. It's simple. You learn to relate to the spirit guides, to the angels. You're a spiritual being having a physical experience, and that means your needs for relational intimacy are not just physical. They're also spiritual. And that gnawing lack of satisfaction you feel in human relationships, it's not a problem of them. It's a problem of omission. You're leaving out an entire realm of relationships. Because when you cultivate a rich social life with the spirits, with the angels, when you speak to your guides and honor your angels and listen to your ancestors, something begins to shift. And that shift is this: your relationships with people get lighter. Why is this? Because you're no longer putting the weight of your unmet spiritual needs on their very human shoulders. You let your human relationships be human-sized. And you let your spiritual self have spiritual-sized relationships. Because you are expansive, you are vast. And when you allow your vastness to engage with angelic and spiritual forces that are equally vast, your needs get met. And suddenly you're not walking into human relationships with a hungry heart. You're walking in already fed. You're not demanding, you're glowing. You're not desperate, you're at ease, because your intimacy tank is full. And here's the wild part. That's what makes manifestation work. Because manifestation doesn't respond to desperation. It responds to self-worth. It responds to ease. It responds to the energy of I am enough. It responds to I have enough. This is enough. Because you cannot manifest what you want from a sense of lack. And you cannot feel worthy when your spiritual self is being starved. So let's be clear. If your human-sized parts feel unworthy, it's not because your human relationships have failed. It's because you're neglecting your spiritual self. It's because you've forgotten to feed your spiritual core, which already knows how loved you are. And that's on you, so stop blaming other people. Stop blaming your parents, your partner, your kids, or your friends, and do a U-turn. Look inside, and what you'll find is a luminous spiritual self who's ready to lead your expansive life. Because the angels, the spirits, they're already here, waiting, hoping, begging you to come to the party. So go to the party, have a social life with your angels. Cultivate intimacy with your guides and talk to your ancestors. Make it daily, make it real, because they provide what no human can, a quality of safety, containment, worthiness, and enoughness that your human parts will never get from other people. This is your work, and when you do it, when you live in relationship with the unseen, when your spiritual needs are met in spiritual ways, your whole system thrives. You stop grasping and you start glowing, and your life begins to shift because you're finally living in alignment with who you actually are. A spiritual being having a beautiful, relational, physical experience. Now go to the party, talk to your angels. Write angels in the comments to remember all this in your body. Angels in the comments. Like the video, follow me, and click the link in my bio. Vibrant beings, have a great day.